What's up, everyone? We have a 2012 Audi R8 in the shop today, and it's not just a regular R8, it is an R8 GT. As you can see here, it's 133 out of 333. So this is a very special R8. As you saw, it's an R8 GT. They were only made in 2012, and furthermore, there was only 333 each of the Coupe and the Spider produced worldwide. And even better yet, only 50 of the Spiders, which this is, came to the United States. So this is a super rare car. I'm very honored and blessed to be able to work on this car. One of my good friends trusted me enough to bring this car by. I have to do an oil change on it, but today what we're doing while it's here is I'm trying to figure out why his radar detector and laser jammer setup is not working. So as you can see here, he has the Passport radar detector with all the sensors. Everything is hardwired. The wires go behind the radio, behind the dash, and when you turn on the car, it no longer turns on. So I'm going to be doing some investigating today. I have to pull the radio, so I'm actually going to run downtown. There's an audio shop that offered to lend me their tools to get the radio out. I don't have any, so he was kind enough to say, bring the car by, you can pop out the radio with my tools. Then we can see what's going on with the wiring, because it snakes back, like I said, through the dash. On this system, it is obviously hardwired, like I said, but it has its own fuse on the module that is, like I said, behind the dash, behind the radio. So I'm hoping this is a simple fix of just a blown fuse, something like that. But in any event, we have to trace these wires back, get this thing fixed so that we can move on and I can get this car back to the customer. All right, so I went to the audio dealer in town. He was nice enough to lend me the tools to pop this radio out. So I found that behind there, I'm not going to pull it out right now, there is a module and a bunch of wires, which I then traced down to under the driver's side, and then found out that the power and ground run through to the front compartment where the battery is. There's a bunch of wires for this setup, both behind the radio and under the dash on the driver's side. Everything was plugged in, hooked up, everything looked good. Still no power to the radar system, so I decided obviously we have to follow the wires to the front, probably most likely where it hooked up to the power, and that's going to be our issue. So it came up here to the front. To get to the battery, you have to remove all of this stuff. I actually replaced the battery in this car. Not hard, just a bunch of stuff to remove. This little compartment comes out. But what I found was when I was removing the first plastic piece here, I saw these little connectors down here and realized that this power connector had come off. So easy enough, plugged it back in. The other one was connected, the one that's behind there, if you can see. So plugged in the power wire, went back in the car, powered it up, and the radar system is now working. So luckily, super easy fix. It was nothing inside the car, which is actually just like a rat's nest worth of wires. So if something was in there, that would have been a lot more challenging. But I was able to locate everything, check all the connections, and then find that the source was probably in this front compartment where the power wire was ran. So now that we got it all plugged back in, I'm going to put some electrical tape around there. I'm not really crazy about those splice-in adapters and the connectors, because obviously they aren't the best fit, and in this instance they did come off. So I'm going to put some electrical tape around there just to make sure that doesn't happen again. Not that it's super hard to get to, but just, you know, it's kind of annoying. Don't want it to happen again if we can do anything about it. So once I do that, I will put the plastic pieces back on here, get this thing assembled, put everything back on the interior, and then we will be done on this part of the project. So then after that, it's also here for an oil change. That's a big production as well. If you don't know, you got to jack the car up, have it completely off the ground to access all the under trays in the back. I think there's some like 40 screws and bolts that you have to take off to drop the, all the air ducts and the engine guards to actually get to the oiling system. Then there's about 5 drain bolts you have to drain all the oil, let it drain, and then you can obviously start putting back everything and put your new oil in. So that's going to be for another video, but I just wanted to get on here, share with you guys what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm really blessed that I get to work on this car. It's just an amazing car. Not only is it an Audi R8, but it's the GT, so it's super rare. And like I said, thank you to my good friend who trusts me enough to bring it in here. So now if we come into the car, everything is back together, radio's back, all the under panels are back together. So if we go ahead and turn the ignition on, We now have power to the radar detector.
So you walk
Everything
up and say,
is working.
Miss Leslie Mann, or do you say, hey?
So till next time, I'll leave you with a little look of the car, and we'll be back to do an oil change. So thanks for watching this video. Thank you for all your support as always. I really do enjoy making these videos, so I'm going to try and get back to doing this a little bit more often. But I know I just had to make some videos with this thing in here. Like I said, it's really special. It's an awesome car. So stay tuned for the next video. If you guys do happen to have an R8, I'll show you how to change the oil. But if not, it should just be, you know, an interesting, entertaining video to watch. If you enjoyed the video, please give a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about the car that I could answer, please drop a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that as well. You know, like I've said before, just working on a bunch of cool cars. Have the RSX back there, my EM1, this car, and then a bunch of my own personal cars. So just trying to keep a bunch of variety in the channel. So if you're interested, subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.